It's week 5 of the 2019 season. The Colts beat the Chiefs 19-13, the final score. We've watched the film. We've analyzed the game. Nick Ferguson, what happened? How can the Broncos do what the Colts did and get this W?
Wow. Okay, where do I start? Okay, let me start here.
Okay.
The way to, I guess, not totally guarantee that you can win a game against the Chiefs, but to put yourself in the right ballpark. It's about playing ball control offense.
Okay.
If he's on the sideline holding a hat and a clipboard, he can't score touchdowns. And that's exactly what Marlon Mack and the Colts actually did. I mean, Mack had 132 yards rushing. He averaged 4.6 a carry. And the Colts finished the game with 180 yards total. So when you look at that, you say, well, the first thing you go to is, let's see what the time of possession was. I mean, Indy held the ball 37 minutes, and KC held the ball 23 minutes. So you're thinking that maybe there was a chance that Mahomes would still be able to pull off a miracle. But what the Colts defense did, even though they got a little exploited in their zone defense, they took away a lot of those explosive plays that usually set the Kansas City Chiefs up on a short field. But the biggest thing was running the ball and being able to create enough pressure with only 4 guys, Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't add – I mean, one time that they brought the nickel from the slot. That was one time. Other than that, they were able to get pressure on the quarterback with only 4 guys, which is hard to do in today's NFL, but they did it. So Mahomes was never comfortable. He was constantly moving. He couldn't stay on his launch point. He didn't know where the pressure was coming from, but it was only with 4 guys. Could the Broncos do that? I don't know, Cecil. I'm not sure. Do they have the guys that may give you wishful thinking that it's possible? Yeah, I get it, Vance, and I understand why you're not sure, because we haven't really seen it. But I ask you, Cecil, can they do it?
No Tyreek Hill in this game, dude. Does that – are we going to highlight that, or are we going to, are we going to give them – you got to play the guys that are out there, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, but there was no Tyreek Hill in this game because Byron Pringle was your leading receiver. But, as you mentioned, Travis Kelce didn't kill him, right? Travis Kelce had 4 for 70. Now, that's still pretty healthy, but still, he's not going off for 150 and 2. And for me, it's rushing 4, getting pressure with 4. Pat Mahomes has the best quarterback rating in the league when you send 5 or more. So don't blitz him. It is a fool's errand to blitz Pat Mahomes. Send 4, get pressure, live and die with 4. And he's still going to get you. You're going to send 4. You're going to have 7 guys in coverage. Don't make me do math. And he's still going to get you, right? Move him off his spot, make him uncomfortable. But to me, it's the intent of running the football. They had great success. You mentioned the 4.6 a carry from Marlon Mack. To me, it's the intent. What they have, 49 carries, 45 carries? What was the number? 45 carries.
Well, as a team?
Yeah, as a team. 45 carries. 29 passing attempts. So I will say this, and I'll clean it up for radio because there's a different word I could use. But forget balance. Forget balance. Run the ball, have the intent of running the ball, and even if it's 3.7 a carry, even if it's 3.8 a carry, have the intent to run the ball. Running backs matter.
Yeah, you just can't leave it at have the intent to run the ball, because there's a lot of teams that have the intent to run the ball.
And then what do?
But they abandon the run for one, but they're not successful. That's why they abandon the run. So the idea is stick with it. At some point, something's going to pop, like Colin Cowherd said yesterday. Something's going to pop, and it might be Drew Lock. But you can't abandon the run if it's not successful. But the biggest thing is, if you're able to get your run game on track, it keeps your defense on the sideline and keeps them fresh. And that's what happened with the Colts defense, because once they got back on the field, they were relentless in their pursuit of Patrick Mahomes to the tune of 4 sacks. And when you look at the other numbers, you look at 4 and 12, 4 out of 12 on third down, right? Those are bad numbers. And 1 of 3 inside the red zone. Those are not the Patrick Mahomes Andy Reid offense type of numbers.
Right.
So
but this was last year. It wasn't 2 years ago.
That's
so
right.
It's more current.
So this is a better sample size of what we can look to say, well, if the Broncos can duplicate this, but now you're putting a lot of pressure on Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Jarrell Casey, Shelby Harris, and Draymond Jones.
Well, and here's the thing. You have such a unique perspective that needs to be harvested on these airwaves. And we have a different sounding show. The listeners have responded in a huge way, and we certainly appreciate you guys. Being number one in the market in this slot, number one, is just humbling. It's a blessing. We love you guys. Thank you very much. But like we say, KB, give us a couple of weeks, and if that doesn't work, then what?
Give it another couple weeks.
That's true. But Nick Ferguson.
Thank you, champ. I sure appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, champ. I want to know, as a player, when you rush four, what you were thinking, and I want to know, as a coach, how did you coach guys? Hey, we have to rush four. This is what you need to do. How much pressure is on those 7 guys in coverage when you only have to rush four? From a player, I want to know your player's perspective, but I want to know your coach's perspective.
Well, from a coach's perspective, it is great if you can get after the quarterback with just 4 guys. That means you have more guys to drop in coverage. And if you want to play man, it's great because now you force that quarterback to try to make those decisions really quickly. And I can tell you, look, Cecil, have you ever had a hand in your face at any point? I mean, whether it was playing around or just kind of, like as a kid, your siblings will put their hands close to your nose and they say, don't touch my.
Sure.
Yes. Imagine someone being that close to you, but that person really wants to inflict bodily harm on you. That's what it's like, being able to do it with just 4 individual players. And if you're playing DB, now you can sit off at 8 yards, playing man coverage, and you're just reacting to everything. Think about what...
Don't you have to cover for longer? I mean, isn't that the assumption? Like, what are you telling your players? Hey, guys, we can't send 5, so you all got to sit put. You got to hold it a little bit longer. Technique is different. I mean, is it different?
No.
Is it different?
It's even better when you have the ability to get after the quarterback with 4
it's
guys.
Better.
Think about what Jacksonville was when Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye was there, when it was called Saxonville.
Right.
Dude, you just sit at 9 yards, don't move because the ball is coming out quick.
Ball's coming right to you.
It's coming right out. You just have to catch it.
So you're eating.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
You guys are excited.
You're eating on every single play. Now, if your guys can't get there with 4 guys and you're playing man or zone, just pray.
Uh-oh.
Just pray because you're right. Something is about to happen. But that is the luxury of just having the ability to get after quarterback with 4 guys. And as DBs, as a player, I've never really had that a lot where we were able to get after the quarterback with 4 guys relentlessly. When I was with the Jets, we had a couple of guys, Sean Ellis and, John Abraham, right? So those guys were able to create some pressure. So we were able to sit on a couple of routes. Aaron Glenn, who was my teammate with the Jets, now the DB coach for the New Orleans Saints, I mean, he had a lot of big plays just sitting and breaking on balls. But if your 4 guys can't get there, now you have to take a linebacker, add into the mix, bring a guy in the secondary. So if you're doing that, Cecil, that means guys are one-on-one. That means you got Tyreek Hill one-on-one. And I don't like that matchup. I really don't.
Uh-oh. Exactly. By the way, Nick Ferguson, you are just happy that I wasn't complaining about watching 2 years ago Chiefs film.
Hey, listen, the moment you said it was
Why is
2019.
Kyler Berry shaking his head? KB, you don't have to. You're supposed to get my back, dude. You guys all hating on me?
I'm not
just
shaking
because I was
my head.
complaining?
Listen, Cecil, every time you said it, I've never really brought it up. You normally bring it up. But since you brought it up this time and we're dealing with 2019, I'm glad that you didn't go all, grouchy Smurf on me. So it's 2019. We can really break this down and evaluate it because it is something that the Broncos can truly look at and say, well, can we duplicate that?
Because Mahomes was like Mahomes is now, and he'll improve. He'll still get better.